Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and we're back with another Total War Warhammer video. Today we're going to cover a mod, more specifically something that hasn't been released just yet. You see, there is a rather popular mod that goes by the name of Belisarian's Rise of Dragons. A mod focused around more draconic factions, and don't worry, we'll have a proper mod review of this mod soon enough. Currently, one new custom faction is playable, a custom faction with a lot of visually stunning effects. Belisarian has been working on a second part to this mod, which introduces a new dragon faction. Belisarian has been teasing some of the features to come from this mod, and the main thing that struck out to me is a new form of spells, where you're going to be able to summon terrain. But before we talk about it, let me just show you.
Serve and obey!
Quite the display, isn't it? So for those not aware, summoning terrain is something that was featured in Warhammer Fantasy Battle. Whether as temporary or permanent and had to be destroyed, this was a way to change up your battle style radically. Not a lot of races and factions had access to these spells, however, it was something that was quite thematic, and has been highly requested by the community to be part of the Total War Warhammer series. Especially since we can more or less guess that Kislev will eventually be added into the Total War Warhammer series, more than likely in the third and final game, where the Tsarina herself was able to summon an ice wall. I had genuine fears that we might not see terrain summoning spells in the Total War Warhammer series. I don't know why, but it just felt like the engine wouldn't be able to cope with such a thing, but I'm happy to have been proven wrong. The way these terrain summons work is that the terrain itself is actually a vortex, which itself does no damage, but pushes the enemy away for a short distance if they get too close. As you can see from this clip, as soon as the wall itself is summoned, it pushes anything in its path away, and afterwards any units trying to pass through it are kept at bay. This spell in particular acts as a physical wall for both allies and enemies. Belisarian has informed me that not all spells work this way. Some will keep your enemies at bay and allow you to travel through them. The perfect example of this is the Summonable Castle, which we'll show right now.
My blade is yours! They are blessed by the enchantress! Look out! Spellcaster!
So with this spell, you're able to summon up a big piece of terrain, specifically a castle. However, it won't send your units flying. This will keep your own troops safe as you rain fire on your enemies. A spell like this is rather interesting. You could use it on a choke point, blocking out your enemy as you try to retreat further back into the map, where afterwards you could position your troops in a better way to brace for impact against the enemy forces. Obviously, visually this looks amazing, and it is important to note that this isn't based on any lawful spells. This is Belisarian's own creations. But as stated before, this puts any fears at rest. If CA can't figure out how to implement it in their own way, we have modders to be able to do so. I wonder if they could also be worked around to have different types of textures and colorings too. rather than looking like the usual vortex ghost type of thing, but instead visually look exactly like a castle or a wall would look like. In all honesty, this is more curiosity on my sake to see if that is even possible, considering that this is altering the files of a vortex spell. However, if the textures themselves cannot be changed, this is still something extremely impressive. It's creating terrain out of a vortex, which as far as I'm aware, and if I am wrong please do correct me in the comments below, I don't think any other mods do this at the moment. The potential here is massive, and thankfully Belisarian is known to work with other mod creators, so he's hoping that his talents could go to other mods. There are certain races and factions in-game, either officially released or fan created through a mod, which could benefit from spells like this. But this is not everything that we're going to show for this video. There is another rather impressive clip which we'll show right now. So what have we just witnessed? Well, it seems that this spell can change the weather inside of a battle map. A typical sunny day can be completely changed with one spell into a winter wonderland. How cool is that? Honestly, I was blown away the moment I saw this clip. The potential here is absolutely massive. Say for example for Kislev and its Law of Ice. Just with the hypothetical, imagine being able to play as Kislev and coat the battle map in ice. Or imagine playing as the Chaos Dwarves and coating the battle map in ash. Both of those would be quite thematic and would be considered quite lore friendly too. I honestly can't wait to see more of this. I hope that Creative Assembly are thinking about adding in summonable terrain in a very similar sense to this. However, as I stated before, should that not be possible, with modders like Belisarian I think we're pretty much fine. Now it is important to note that the sub-mod in question for Rise of Dragons, which will include these spells, is currently not out yet, but I would recommend checking out Belisarian's main mod for Rise of Dragons. It doesn't have the summonable spells, but it does have very stunning visuals, which showcase the level of quality through these mods, so I'll leave that down in the description below. What do you guys think about the summonable terrain and the changing of weather in the battle maps? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Is this something that you're hoping to see officially implemented? Or are you just as happy to see this being implemented through the form of a mod? I think the mod itself just does it justice. Before we end this video, I'm gonna leave you with one more clip. This showcases another form of impassable terrain, much smaller than the wall itself and could be used very situationally. But with that, my friends, we've come to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, might I suggest giving the video a like, or even subscribing to the channel, as it really does help us out. In the description section below are various links to different social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Discord. Also in the description section is an affiliate link with Element Games where you could buy loads of hobby-based products, not just Warhammer, for 10 to 25% off. Making a purchase using that link and also our special code, which is also in the description, supports the channel at no extra cost to you, which we think is rather cool. A big thank you to our patrons. Your support means the world to us. It's amazing that people want to help a small channel like us grow and get to a higher level of content. A big thank you to Gibraltar LUSC, Ryan Bertsche, Andrew Prince, and Okro for subscribing to us at our Fane level. You guys are super cool. And a big thank you to Edward Yule, VS Vasan, Aaron Whitman, and Shaggy for subscribing to us at our King level. Honestly, we can't thank you all enough. And lastly, a big thank you to all of you for liking, sharing, and commenting on these videos. Honestly, it's because of you guys that the channel's been growing at such a great pace lately, so we can't thank you all enough. But with that, my friends, thank you so much for watching once again, and we shall see you all again very, very soon. Have a good day.